Testing. 1, 2. Welcome to the Blue Chicken Ascension Ministries. And I am your emissary, Manny Moonraker. Welcome to UFO Buster Radio, episode number, I don't know, just look at your app. I am the Master Blaster of the Chicken Disaster, the Avian Emissary. That's right, the new Blue Chicken Avian Ministries, all to do with a lot of ascension and getting nowhere. Welcome. If you want to send money, you know where to find me. If you feel like you need to donate anything that you have to pay taxes on, forget it. I don't want it. Yeah, and I'm talking about like children you don't want, a spouse you're getting rid of, the smelly ass dog in the corner. No, we don't take any of that at this ministry. You keep that to your damn self. Today we got 2 articles to talk about, but before I get there, I gotta remind you guys: 6 days, 6 says. Until the deadline approaches the cutoff for the tinfoil hat 2 contest. And some of you might be sitting pretty on some tinfoil, let me tell you. You've been sitting around thinking about you're going to be wrapping some old hot dogs and throw them in the fridge, your tinfoil, or some old ass steak that you made like over the summer. No, you're running out of time. And I want to say we have had some submissions. Pretty fascinating, to say the least. Creative. But if you're thinking that inaction is going to get you the win, no. No sir, no ma'am, no alien. You need to whip out that tinfoil. Even if it's the last piece of tinfoil that your wife used to dye her hair. Retrieve it right now. Just get it. Shape it into your most fascinating, most imaginative, most incredible tinfoil hat you've ever seen in your goddamn life. And submit a picture. You don't have to wear it. You can put it on your dog or your cat. You can put it on an inanimate object. Or a relative unsuspecting of them that they will be part of a tinfoil situation. February 11th is the deadline. So let's get it. 2 articles for today. Some of you have seen the first one, and the other one really has to do with a question about humanity. A question about where will we be? Will we ever be able to make it? And will we ever see? I know it's pretty cryptic, but when you're working on ascension, shit happens. You don't get straight up answers, right? You've got to ascend. So live it, love it, work with it, and get there. Besides that, I don't have no other announcements, but I got a cool song I want to play, so check it out. Listen, if Corey Good can have blue avians, then fuck my life. We can have blue chickens. And you know, the people that join the ministry trying to ascend themselves, they can be called the chicken heads. So if you want to ascend to be a chicken head, join the Blue Avian Ascension Ministries. I mean, you know, why the fuck not? Guter is in the house. Apparently he's stuck in some snow this afternoon. Yeah, there's a bit of an Arctic blast hitting the US of A. So stay warm and stay out of the streets until you get the clearing. And by the way, Guter, you might be, or hopefully, you'll be the first chicken head to join the Blue Chicken Ascension Ministries. Yeah, I think so. The first article that we got for today has to do with the Starship. If you are looking at your mobile app, my question or my statement is Starship rise again eventually. So it turns out old Elon Musk and SpaceX has set the time frame. No, not a specific date. They have apparently revealed the plans to file with the FCC, basically a 12.4 mile hop. Yeah, kind of like what they did with the Starhopper, where they did that small little hop. Well, this time it's going to be a 12-mile high test flight, which I imagine it's all about the landing, right? I would think that they're not really going anywhere other than from one pad to the next. That's what my belief is. Again, this is going to happen at the Boca Chica site in Texas. So you guys in Boca Chica, if you are some of the fucking residents who decided to hold out, I'm telling you, get out. One wrong calculation, one blast of wind can have that nice, pretty rocket just land all over your house. Yeah. Then you have nothing to stay for because that should just be blowing the smithereens. And you'll probably be in it too. So I guess it's a deal you just got to kind of stay away from, to be honest. Anything is possible, especially with all this rocket fuel that's going into that thing. I would think that people should really start considering moving out of that area. Listen, I know you're retiring. You want to run your wrinkly feet in that nasty, salty Gulf water. But really, you'd want to stay alive. And the fact that SpaceX is going to make Boca Chica the main spot. You know, Florida came in second place now. Yeah, you want to be able to, you know, live to fight and see another day. So sell the damn place. Be safe. Now the time frame for this is it's not exactly a short period for us to wait because we just started February. The time frame that they are looking at the moment is March and September, between those 2 months. And really, I was all excited about because I didn't even see the September part when I was first reading it because I kind of zoomed in on March. I'm thinking, yes, the Moonraker will be there to see the Starship live. Well, anywhere between those 6 months, basically, we will see an announcement coming from them. If they give me enough time, Elon, are you listening? If you give me enough time, I will be there. I'll be back. Yeah, I'll go. I'll be down there and take some pictures and enjoy the blow up. I mean, the explosion. I mean, to see the rocket succeed. That really is what I am looking for. I want to see a successful Starship hop. Yeah, that's what I want. And I want to be there in person for it. And you know what? You guys that live in Texas, when you find out, you've got to go down there and check it out. Yeah, I feel bad that I missed the Star Hopper doing his little hopping stuff. But I got to go see the R2-D2 can sitting on the side of the road down there in Boca Chica. Much larger in person. And honestly, time and time again, I just kept on saying to myself, how in the flying fuck did they get that thing off the ground? Because it just looked solid and heavy. And I just can't believe. I guess you had to be there. It's one thing to see it on video like on YouTube, but seeing it live and experiencing just the that majestic rocket just taking off, and the sounds and probably the smells too, probably stinks like hell, and all the craziness that happens around it, just the excitement. You just want to be around that at least one time. The rest I could watch on fucking TV like everybody else. I don't want to be in the blast zone. What's up to Warden? Warden is on. Green Man is on. Did I miss anybody? Nope, I'm on too. Hey, we're all here. So it's fantastic. And yeah, and it says if they start sourcing parts from India, I would move. Well, funny thing there, Green Man. There is something else that was, I guess, happened at the same time that this article came out about them getting ready to set off that Starship. And that is that Elon Musk tweeted that career day is tomorrow. So if you are in the Boca Chica area, like Brownsville, Harlingen, all those places down there, and you're broke as fuck and you got nothing to do, you got no job, you're hanging out in the corner somewhere and you're like feeling lost because you got no cha-ching in your pocket, guess what? Tomorrow between 3 p.m. and 9 p.m., you can go down to the Stargate building, Boca Chica Boulevard, Texas, and apply for a fucking job. Yeah. They have 4 production shifts, so they will be running 24 hours to get that site ready to go and make sure that we have a solid, functional Starship working. And from my understanding, they're also expanding the site quite a bit, so it's not going to be easy if you get the job, but I'm sure, we hope that SpaceX and Elon are going to pay these folks well. But 24/7 operations, so, you can pick a shift. And it's not just, engineers and supervisors. There's also support personnel that they're looking to hire. The requirements are this, according to Elon. Because, if you're at the bottom of this particular group of employees, all that we're asking for is a super hardcore work ethic, talent for building things, common sense, and truthworthiness are going to be a requirement, but the rest they'll train. So, listen, I don't think it's a bad idea to get your foot in the door towards some serious rocketry that's going to be coming out of SpaceX in this whole fucking year, to be honest. It is no doubt that Elon Musk and SpaceX are going to make some waves. They got to distract us, right, from all the Starlink shit. Because they're fucking up the sky. They really are. It's ingenious and all. But again, I guarantee you that if I went to some aborigine and asked him, hey, what do you think about the Starlink and the fact you're going to get broadband? They're not going to give 2 fucking fucks about it. I'm just saying. They won't. No warring tribe in the middle of the Amazon forest. They're not going to give a fuck about that either. I'm just saying. Come on. Stop fucking with us, Elon. Tell us the truth. What the hell are those things for? And I think it was either Green Man or Gooder said that they were going to be used to blast the planet and kill us all. Could you imagine that? Could you imagine that that's the reason why the Starlink is so important and the Starship? And really, how is he going to pay people to make sure the Starlinks are not in the way of their rockets? Well, actually, I guess he wouldn't be paying them. They would be paying him. He'd be charging a premium for doing the whole space thing. I don't know. It's all bananas. I just want to see him and Igor Asheberli just go at it regarding dominance of space. Just crazy. But anyway, like I said, if you're in South Texas and you're in need of a job, check out SpaceX. Go down there to Boca Chica and get yourself a cool job. Let them know that I sent you. Put me down as a referral. I would love to see what I would get out of that one.
The satellites explode. It must be bad news overload. Then we salute eternity and pay our final.
This is the magic of doing a podcast live, because you get to read some of the comments that are in this live chat box here. Green Man said that folks in the jungle don't watch porn. They watch animals hump. But let's play the devil's advocate. If we use the Elon Musk way of thinking, if we put our Elon animal brain together, then that means we also get to watch a sloth from South America hump also. I mean, that could be like a year-long reality series. I can even imagine them just trying to get to first base. How long that would take. But, there you go. Green Man, you might have just made a point for Elon's little devices and reaching those warring tribes from the Amazon jungle. Warden says these things could be weather control, mind control. It could be anything. But if you guys get your tinfoil hats together, I promise you'll be protected, at least for like 30 seconds. You'll be okay. Fantastic. Green Man says, I'm the one who told you about the Death Ray Starlinks. Yeah, I believe you're right. I got it. It was a G. There was a G in there somewhere. I was pretty sure about that. So fantastic. And Gooder says he's got to get his tinfoil hat in. You got to do it. Do not wait. Don't wait, because you might be missing out on some great prize. Actually, look, the first prize will be a $25 Amazon gift card. Could be sent by, Amazon sends that shit through email. You don't even have to get a real physical card. But depending on what we get, we might have a second and third prizes as well. So we'll have to see what happens. The next article really is more about the effect. And there's another fact in here that I think people should look at, and it kind of talks about distance. Now, I've said this time and time again, we as the blue-collar folks who are not dealing with significantly sized numbers. Now, I'm not talking about numbers like in the millions. No, fuck no. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about really big numbers, interstellar numbers. And that's difficult for us to imagine. I mean, really, can you imagine $1 million? Let's say, how would that look stacked up somewhere? It's hard to imagine the size of that. But can you imagine $1 billion or $1 trillion just sitting somewhere in front of you? No, I can't. Though I would love it, and I'm sure most of us on here would indeed love to see that just stacked in front of them. You can't imagine it. There is an article which came out of Forbes, of all people, because fucking with rich people is not enough. Forbes put out an article, and the question was, will humanity achieve interstellar travel and find alien life? Now, there's a little surprise for you guys at the end. Something you might want to read, but we'll get to that in a moment. The question is whether or not humanity can achieve faster than light travel, and would we ever have visitation from aliens? Whether they're benign or malevolent, I don't know. What could it be? But according to Forbes, this is what is the foundation of much of our sci-fi, right? We're able to travel faster than light, or aliens are able to travel faster than light and visit us. And while many people in our humanity and society today say that they are being visited and probed time again, the majority of folks don't believe that is the case. While many people believe that, yes, there are aliens some fucking where in this humongous universe, they really can't be looking for us or have been here because we're like a shitty little blue planet next to a shitty little sun. I saw a video online on YouTube where it compares our sun to some of the nearby suns and some of the stars that have been identified, in a local Milky Way. And really have a pretty small star. It's not, I mean, it looks great in our sky, but it looks like a little yellowish, orangish pimple on some dog's ass. If the dog was the Milky Way galaxy. So, things to think about. Size matters when it comes to interstellar information in time. One of the biggest problems is the idea of interstellar travel is scale. I've been saying this. In our heads, we think that a term like 4.2 light years away is pretty close. And we say that because most of the time, we'll see, it's 3.9 billion light years away or million light years away. So when we say something like 4.24, that's just a hop, skip away. Get the rocket ready. Let's go. It's not that close at all. 4.24 light years away, we can find Proxima Centauri, the nearest neighbor. And here's a fun fact. 4.24 actually came from the first article that I covered about Proxima Centauri. Somehow I got stuck on the 4 light years away, and I just say 4.24 because I just it is fucking far. It really is. Here's some numbers for you to consider when you see the word light year. So light year is the amount of time. 1 light year is the amount of time that light travels to us in a year's time, right? So you say 4.24 light years. Well, hey, that didn't take a long time to fucking get here. We could wait 4.25 years for fucking light to come to us. Yeah, why not? What the fuck else we got to do? I think that's the way most scientists really think about this, but who knows? But here's the issue. That light in 1 year traveled 9 trillion kilometers. Now again, none of us will travel that amount of time ever in our lifetimes. But for you guys who do it in miles, think about it as being 5.6 trillion miles. Trillion, not million, not billion, not even in the thousands. It's trillion. To put it into perspective, a little more, 60,000 times the space or the time or the distance between the Earth and the Sun. Again, 60,000. It is significant. So when we say that something like Proxima Centauri, it's only 4.24 light years away, it's 4.24 fucked. It is still too far for us. Completely too far. Okay, just so you can really understand this, really understand how far this is. With today's spacefaring probes, specifically like Voyager 1 and 2, which are really, they've left our solar system. It would take, for them to get to the nearest star, 80,000 years. That's a lot of fucking time. That is significant. So maybe, in a lot of ways, this is why we dream of fucking aliens probing us. Because how else will we get that contact if it takes 80,000 years? I really don't think, and most of you probably do not, believe that humanity will be around in 80,000 years. Fuck, the way things go on the planet, we'd be lucky if we're here another 500 years. And that might be pushing it. But the article itself is basically to bring to light what these terms really are. These distances between the stars is significant. So when someone says there's a nearby star that looks promising for alien life, yeah. There ain't not one motherfucker who's going to travel 80,000 years just to get there to find out whether or not there's life. Not going to happen. So we need something besides chemical-based fuel. This is what the author is talking about that is part of a presentation that actually happened today. Some of the technologies that the article covers is nuclear fission, nuclear fusion, and matter-antimatter propulsion. That is fantastic. what the calculations say is that chemical-based fuels that are currently used in today's rockets, they only convert 0.0001% of their mass into energy in order to create thrust. That's why we don't fucking get anywhere. Yeah. We just don't have the technology to really answer that question about aliens being anywhere else unless they're putting a probe on up our anus. And then we know doesn't take a whole lot of energy because they're already here, fuckers. So today, like I was saying, at 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific, Dr. Brian Gangsler, he's the director of Dunlop Institute for Astronomy and Astrophysics at the University of Toronto. It was today, this very evening, that he delivered a public lecture at the Perimeter Institute on the topic of basically warp drive and aliens, the scientific perspective. And it was actually live. You could watch it live on this website that the doc was at. But as a treat, this particular author actually had a live blog going where he presented, for those who weren't able to watch it, all of the scientific perspective on the topic of aliens and whether or not humanity will ever reach faster than light travel. There in the link that's in the description, you can go click on it and you can see what he presented to the audience regarding the topic. And, first off, as you already heard, he's pretty much committed to the idea that we're not going to make it with rocket fuel. We could just pack that shit up. We might as well just put our heads in the sand, put on a little Vaseline, and just wait for the aliens to get here because we're not going to make it there. But other things that he talked about, of course, were things like detecting alien life, which, most of us, we know. There's a lot of hocus pocus in science when it comes to that, and a lot of being lucky, right? Completely lucky on what your theory is and whether it sticks. So he goes over those techniques and things that science is looking at now, things that they want to use for the future. Either way, for me, the grab on this article was the fact that it puts into perspective that we are not going to sit around or take anyone, stick them on a Starship, and hope that in 80,000 years they make it to Proxima Centauri and figure out whether or not all those guesses, right now they're guesses or theories or measurements that were taken that gave people the notion that there was life there, that they get there and they ain't shit there. They really. What's the odds that life 80,000 years from here, 80,000 years from here, is even alive by the time we fucking get there? They're probably just as dead as the people here. That is the article. Like I said, he makes a lot of interesting propositions and he answers a lot of questions about alien life coming here. So check it out. It's in the description. There's too many numbers for me. I feel like I'm just gonna have one of those brain infarctions just from reading this stuff. What a crazy song. Let's get back in the game. And the next time that you see an article that says that a possible alien life was identified, 3 billion light years away, and they can identify whether or not the fucking planet has oxygen, turn the fucking page. Just get that out of your mind. Don't click on the link. Just keep it moving. It's just ridiculous. I don't understand why they continue to, even talk about stuff like, keep it to your fucking self. Like literally, just don't say a word. Keep it in the closet like Michael Jackson said. Shout out to Dave. Dave's in the house. Made it towards the end of the podcast, Dave. Thanks for joining. I also want to give out a shout out to Frank Gray. Frank is down from, he's down there in the Floridas. Down in the Floridas. What's up, Frank? I did see your message on Instagram. Yeah, that is actually also on the UFO Buster Radio page. It is an interesting picture he sent from NASA regarding a NASA photo where they forgot to edit something. It's sitting in the background, and it's unidentified, completely unidentified. So, and I believe that he might have posted it somewhere else where everyone else can see it. But we'll see. We'll have to check on that so I can share it with the group, especially on UBR Truth Seekers and the UFO Buster Radio Facebook page. Final announcement is, don't forget to share the podcast. Come on. There is so many places as of late that we've been able to quote unquote penetrate thanks to the magic of syndication. But there's a lot more people we need to reach. A lot more places, especially if spear checkers are going to get internet. I mean, why not? I can mess up their minds too as part of the Blue Chicken Ascension Ministry. Also, special shout out to Blue Chicken. He didn't make it to the actual chat today, but he did last night, I guess after late night, whatever. I don't know what the hell Blue Chickens do late at night. But he was on there, and he commented on the idea of having an Ascension Ministry led by yours truly, myself, the evangelist of Blue Chickens, the emissary, if you will, Manny Moonraker. That is the end of the podcast. I thank you guys again for listening, for joining me. I have also been on the lookout for, what's his name? Oh, yeah, Tyler Locknerd. Tyler Locknerd is still missing in action. We may have seen the end of Security Team 10, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. He might just need an extended break, I mean, who knows? He probably found some hookers in the neighboring town, and he hasn't come back yet. He's still having a good time. I mean, shouldn't all of us? Manny Moonraker checking out. Come back for tomorrow. It is the Thursday Freakout and Ultimate Ascension. And hopefully we'll have a blue chicken here to take us all to where we need to be as chicken heads. Ciao.